right, guys. So this is another end that I don't believe I have done. So let's get right into it, man. Ren Dominoes, and this was from five years ago. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurities. In a kingdom of photoshopped kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you build this like dominoes.
Now I'm broke and it don't come cheap. Like meaning there's a big cost to, that feeling of brokenness. Yeah, I mean, from what I could tell, like this is kind of like the topic of materialism, but also vanity. It seems like. And I know there's like I don't remember the exact words that he said, but it almost sounds like how like on social media you have like these beautiful people, the best moments of their day are the ones that get broadcast, and so you get this idea, this perception of, oh, this person's so beautiful, they're always put together. And then it's like a system that punishes the weak. So like if you took a picture and it was like weird, or your hat wasn't like straight and it was like accidentally slightly like tilted like this or something, that might get made fun of, or that's definitely like true. And at least like when I was growing up too, the other people in middle school, high school, occasionally you'd get like some kid at school you had beef with. They'd be like, oh, this stupid picture, or like, oh, whatever. At least that's kind of like what I'm drawing from it. Let's just keep rocking with it and kind of see where it goes with this.
Dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
Quickly on the music, it's kind of a catchy. It's actually a really catchy song,
Araya was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorize fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly.
Wow.
So Araya stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Araya felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood. Cause she never felt enough, she never felt enough. Your sellers sold this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people.
Preach, Ren, preach. So there's been this skyrocket in mental health, depression, anxiety, suicides, by every metric. There's been these rises in the past 15 years, and you see these rises really start to accentuate when Facebook and social media's Instagram, these things got rolled out, and then kids, a 15-year-old with an iPhone or 13-year-old with an iPhone can get on Facebook, and you see this direct correlation. I'm not saying that, correlation doesn't equal causation. That's an old phrase in science. Okay, fine. But it's oddly fucking coincidental that you have this skyrocket, and it's tragic. I mean, I've experienced this. My sisters, people, everyone who grew up with this kind of an environment and this exposure experienced this to varying degrees. And I don't think every single person has this experience that Ren is laying out, but a lot of people do. Preach, man. It's like I'll let Ren say it, man. But maybe I'll talk a little bit more at the end. But I could not agree more with, like, at least this idea of, like, how are you so confused when the depression rises and you have this fucking bombardment of you're supposed to look like this, you're supposed to act like this, a man's supposed to be this, woman's supposed to be that. These are how you're supposed to look. You're supposed to look like Channing Tatum or Beyonce, or these different ideals. Let's keep going with it, man. Not to shit on Channing Tatum or Beyonce. I'm just using them as the that idea of, like,
People and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear, feeling ugly. It's lunacy, a knife in the community. Cause insecurity breeds judgment, judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. And I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck sort of culture do we live in when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling like dominoes.
Yeah. I think a lot of people now too are becoming more aware of how toxic the materialistic materialistic and vain culture that we live in is toxic to the average person. On the flip side of that coin, you also have now more than ever these people who they build up their career is basically being an Instagram model, and I'm not trying to, like, shit on them as individuals, but you have the Instagram model or the male influencer who's a bodybuilder who's says man shit, and there's this image thing, there's this vanity thing, and this materialism, and there are people who are profiting. Now, there's also, like, the corporate level of why that's especially evil, in my opinion, on the corporations level of, they sell all this shitty makeup, which actually is bad for your skin and bad for your health. But they sell it with the idea of it's going to make you look more beautiful, like these people that you see on the magazines that we fucking paid for. I feel like that's a certain level of evil, but I also do think that there are people who profit off of that materialism, and we like to look at people, or we like to, like, have somebody who agrees with our opinions. I think there are a lot of people who profit off of that for sure. Not I think, I mean, I know there are people who profit off of that vanity, or, like, and it sounds like I'm anti. Like, what I'm going to say is it's going to sound like I'm, like, anti, like, a sexy woman taking a sexy photo. But there are certain, like, influencers that is their thing. Like, their main thing is, like, that sex appeal, or, like, they'll go to the mall and try on some, sexy jeans, which I'm not, like, shit, I don't have a problem with that at all. But I will say it, like, they'll use it to, like, monetize their sex appeal, and that's, like, a big part of why people might follow them. And that's not to generalize every influencer in that regard either. Because, when you say the word reactor, well, I guess I don't consider myself a reactor, but I guess if you were having a conversation, like, oh, he does reactions, like, he's a reactor. Okay, fine. But within every like generalization, you have variations. So I'm not trying to like say if you're an influencer, you're a whore. Like that's not what I'm trying to say at all. Uh, but some whores are influencers. So and that's not targeting women either. There are a lot of men who are whores that are influencers too that I don't like. Or that I notice. I shouldn't say I don't like because I don't really like follow them like that, but I don't like that idea of like, is that the only thing you're selling? Like, are you occasionally say a few words and then you snap a picture? You have a like, are you like consulting with people to come up with these like snappy phrases that you put above your picture, or, like on your whatever it is? It's like, I don't know, man. To me, that's just like a toxic industry to be in. But then again, maybe reactions are too. But I'll wrap this one up for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening.